and we're back to update you on more important dates and events coming up. So first up, we've got application deadlines. Talked about them last week, but I'll review them right now. November 17th, Capital Innovators. The applications are due for the spring cohort. This is the traditional sort of startup program here in Startup Accelerator program here in St. Louis. On November 20th, we have Stadia Ventures. Their spring cohort applications are due, and that is specifically for early stage sports and esports companies. Then events. Of course, I'm going to be talking about Startup Week here in a second, but first up, we have the St. Louis International Film Festival. It started yesterday. It goes through November 22nd. It is virtual this year. Cinema St. Louis is an important part of our community. Go out and support this great event. Then on November 10th, we have Leadership Perspectives, Driving an Entrepreneurial Spirit. This is through the Skandalaris Center at Washu. Go check it out. Then on November 12th, we have the UMKC Institute of Entrepreneurship and Innovation. It's their Entrepreneur of the Year award. So go check that out, especially if you're in the KC area, you watch this, or maybe you're from there. Great way to sort of learn what else is going on outside of St. Louis. On November 13th, we have Voices of the Region, coaching for business excellence. This is put on through the St. Louis Regional Chamber. You know, they do this, I believe it's about every month. The panel is former C-suite coaches. They're going to discuss strategies, sales, and best practices for employees to achieve their full potential. And then on November 13th, we have the Corporate Philanthropy Awards. That is through the St. Louis Business Journal and sponsored by the Regional Business Council. Giving back, super important. Go find out who's doing that in our area. Then it's finally here. St. Louis Startup Week, November 9th through the 13th. 55 sessions. Let's talk about a few things coming up. So, St. Louis Startup Week. I cannot possibly go through everything that is happening during that week, but I'm going to try and hit some of the highlights, some of the big things, some things I think are interesting, and some things that I think you're going to think are interesting. Forgive my notes because there's a lot here, and I'm going to have to cover it pretty quickly. So you can start each day with EQ and Matt Minetti teaming up for the Daily Espresso. This will give you a daily rundown of everything that is going on that day. Then stick around just after that, launching on Monday, the EQ Ecosystem Labs. There's going to be a bunch of different great panels. Pet Tech Roundtable, Geospatial Logistics Panel, Artificial Intelligence Roundtable, Equity and Entrepreneurship Roundtable, and an Ag Innovation Roundtable. Look, there's a lot of people that do a lot of things in the St. Louis startup ecosystem. And I want to give a big shout out to EQ and Jonathan Allen. I put on a lot of events. It is a lot to come up with that much programming for 1 week and to do that day after day after day. I looked at it today. Boom. It blew my mind. You should go to every single one of these panels. And thanks, Jonathan, for supporting the St. Louis startup ecosystem. And thanks personally for supporting Bourbon Friday. Then, first up, November 9th, we have a lot of stuff going on. Like I said, we've got the St. Louis Startup Week's Resource Fair. There's going to be around 30 organizations. This is going to be replacing Startup Connection. We have Building Wealth Like a Woman. That's going to be put on by Devin Moody Graham, the CEO mom. Then we have Women Leading Geospatial Tech. And if you missed the gala and you haven't heard the news, you can go and check out Arch Grants 2020. They're going to do their cohort announcement that day. Then on November 10th, we have the STEM STL annual convening. We have cybersecurity and data privacy for startups. That's going to be put on by Jack Terschluss through Lewis Rice. Then, like I said, EQ is doing a ton of stuff. They're also doing an afternoon speaker for EQ Ecosystem Labs called Creating an Ecosystem for Entrepreneurs by Entrepreneurs. And they're going to have author Brant Cooper from Lean Entrepreneur. Then we have Waking Up from an American Dream, integrating self-care into your startup. And that's going to be put on by GV Freeman. Look, pandemic's got us going crazy. Election, crazy. Self-care, super important right now. Make sure you do it. Go learn how from GV. Then crafting your pitch, creating a solid one-liner for your startup or small business that will sell itself. This is going to be by Katie Silversmith of ThriveCo, Frank Hopper from Capital Innovators, and Mike Bynum from Stadia Ventures. Then November 11th, we have the St. Louis Equity and Entrepreneurship Quarterly Convening. We also have a self-discovery, marketing your talents. This is going to have Charlie Cooksey from WePower, Melanie Burns from Benson Hill, Shantae Summers from Pfizer, Jacqueline Hawkins Salisbury from Washington University, and Stacy Talman from Rice Collaborative. Then, hey, you know what? We talked about self-care on the 10th. On the 11th, let's talk about healthy meals for the business entrepreneur. And that's going to be by past guest of our show, Sarah Schlafly of Mighty Cricket. And then we've got another launch. You can go and watch the first episode of This is St. Louis with Julie Marr and Lindsay Van Quatham. This is a live stream series that highlights the St. Louis community. Their guest for that is going to be Akeem Shannon from Flipstick. Flipstick, if you didn't hear, they just won an Arch Grants. Guess what? Tonight, Friday night, they're going to be on Shark Tank. Then finally, for Wednesday, we have GeoSource Unleashed, Impact of Machine Learning on Human Learning, and GeoInt. So go and check that out if you're into geospatial. Then on November 12th, we have the Washu Startup Showcase. We have Finding Your Voice, Communication and Negotiating Skills, as well as, of course, it's Thursday, so Venture Cafe. One of the highlights from that is don't skip the important steps in your startup journey. I believe that is through I-10, as well as that evening, we have the Battle of the Saints. That is a teen challenge for entrepreneurs. Then November 13th, Friday, we've got the Female Founders Panel and Networking, How to Level Up and Scale. They did this panel last year. It was hugely successful. You should go check it out. The panelists for that, lots of panelists on this one. Jenny Bristow from Anvil Analytics and Insights. She's been a past guest on the show. She's really great. Anvil is a really, really cool company. Fastest growing company in St. Louis, I think. Winnie Caldwell, Books and Bros. Tara Kinney from Atomic Revenue. Vanessa Lobo, Connect Marketing. Go check it out. Whitney McClendon Gregory from Emerge Roadside Assistance. They just won an Arch Grant. Brooke Meek from Plank. Tammy Trover Lang from Save the Girls. Dr. Cheryl Watkins-Moore, past guest of the show, but she's actually going to be talking about her new company, Real Cannabis Co. And then Aaron Joy is the moderator of that panel from Black Death Circle, past guest of the show. This is going to be co-hosted by ThriveCo. Go check it out. That panel is massive. You should go. And then it's not Friday without Bourbon Friday. And as I've said multiple times on these videos, we are the closing party for Startup Week. Please come and join us. I'm working on a few things. I hope to be announcing some things here soon. As I've said, we can deliver drinks directly to your door through STL Barkeep. Come and celebrate the St. Louis startup ecosystem for 4 minutes or 4 hours this time. That's right. Extra long, 4 to 8 p.m. Come and hang out with us. I hope to see you there. And finally, if you have an event or an important date coming up, please let us know at events@bourbonfriday.show. Have a great startup week. I'll see you soon. To stay up to date, follow us on social. We are at Bourbon Fridays on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and TikTok. See you next time.